Hi, I'm Kevin Van Dam, and one of the things that I love to do when I'm bass fishing is what we call power fish. You know, when you're fishing tournaments all over the country, you got to get on the bass and get on them in a hurry. So I need to use techniques that I can cover water with and that are very effective for catching bass. So I use a lot of moving baits, you know, to find bass, especially spinner baits, crankbaits, jerk baits, things like that. And what I want to do is be as efficient as possible with that lure for finding and catching these fish. You know, a lot of people, especially with crankbaits, have a problem losing them. You know, what I do is I have a whole system with, you know, the rod that I use, the hooks that are on the bait, and even the way that you play the fish and hook the fish when you get that bite. So if I'm fishing a crankbait and I get a strike, you know, I'm gonna cast that bait out there, I'm gonna reel it down. When I get a strike, instead of just trying to jerk real hard, you know, I've got really good premium hooks on that crankbait that are really sharp. So all I wanna do is kind of pull into them and keep constant pressure. And if that fish comes up and jumps, same thing, just reel as fast as you can and try to keep that fish down and keep that line tight. Now the rod that I use is got some fiberglass in it, and the advantage to that when you're throwing a crankbait is this action is much softer. So when that fish comes up and jumps, that rod follows that jump and keeps the line tight all the time. And you know, when I've got a lure like this, and I've got these Mustad triple grip trebles on there, they're super sharp to begin with. If I can keep that line tight and keep that fish coming all the time, he doesn't get any slack and he can't throw that bait. He can't use the leverage of this lure against him. Another real advantage is the design of that hook right there itself. It's got kind of a you know, a locked in arch type bend to it. So when you get a fish on this hook right here, it really locks them on there and really helps my strike to land ratio immensely. So, you know, when I get a crankbait and pull it out of the package, that's what I'm gonna do is change it to, you know, a little better treble hook like this. A lot of them right now you can buy with premium hooks right out of the package. So when you got better hooks, you got a rod that helps you like that, you're gonna catch a lot more of your fish with these fast moving baits like crankbaits.